All right, so here go part two on how I got suspended from college. You feel me? And I lost my scholarship. All right. So part two. So look, bang. So they I see the cops at my door. You feel me? I did. You feel me? I come back. You feel me? Next thing you know, I go to Lipton or something like the next day or something like that, and my head coach walked down to me and give me a letter. I opened the letter. The letter said I am not allowed to be on no campus facility anymore. I'm banned from it. I said, oh shit. You feel me? So that day, that in those 2 days, I had to move out my dorm room. I had nowhere to go after that. But luckily my teammates was like, bro, you can come stay with us because they lived off campus. I'm like, all right. So I go and I stay with them. So the reason why that happened is because the nigga who I got into it with, he picked me out in the lineup. He picked me out in the lineup. Not only did he call the police on me and said I did that to him, but he picked me out in the lineup and said it was him. Right? So now I'm fighting the whole case. I'm fighting the whole case at school. You hear me? So they kicked me off everything. I'm still going to class and shit, but now I'm walking far as shit because I'm off campus, all that. You mean all that cool shit, right? So now I'm not allowed on campus no more, and the year is coming up. It's like we about to go into the spring, so the semester about to be over. You feel me? So the year is about to be over. Now we had to have a meeting. I had to have a sit down with the meeting with the school. So not only am I fighting the case outside of school with the actual police, but I'm also fighting the case inside school to see if they're going to allow me to come back here. I have a meeting, and the meeting, they told me they don't even care about what happened before. They don't care about the events that took place before. He was assaulting me, he was doing stuff to me, and none of that. The only thing they care about is the injuries I caused to him. I split his face, all that, you mean? All that shit. They said that's all they care about if I was responsible for it. So I was, you feel me? But I'm telling them like, yo, like y'all need to like I'm sitting down though, y'all gotta understand. Like, let me paint the room for y'all. It's me, it's my pop, it's the president of the school, the vice president, and I think it was a dean. It was like three people and like a little jury, and like they were all judges, and they all hearing it. And I know all of them, like I know they all hearing the story, and I'm like, I can see it in the niggas who was judging face, like damn, like you mean like this drawing crazy, but the president was only assisting that that they make a decision based upon if I was responsible for for the injuries or not based upon anything else. And the dude even said like, you mean what happened before? You feel me? So I'm like, yo, this crazy. You mean fast forward years later, that president wound up getting fired because it was known to be that they used to throw things under the rug for certain people and that they would roof certain other people, minorities. You feel me? When I say roof, like suspend them, kick them off, like not give them another chance, all that shit. Right? So they want to suspend me, telling me I'm not allowed to come back next semester. So since I'm suspended and I'm not allowed to come back next semester, I got to go home, right? But not only that, I had to still be academically eligible in order to return next year and play. So that means that when I go home, I have to enroll into a community college to still earn an education so that when I come back, I'm not ineligible to play the next year. Y'all gotta understand, I'm on scholarship. So all my money, all your FAFSA that you get in school, your Pell grants, your direct, I think it's called subsidized loan and unsubsidized loan, all that shit only go to one school every year. So mind you, I did that already from my school. So that means that I'm not eligible to take out no money to go to no other school. I told you I'm from the hood. My dad can't even keep a job. You feel me? My mom, she never worked. She don't work. The biggest job my mom had at that time was McDonald's. You hear me? And my dad, he was living with his sister and her husband in a small ass 2 bedroom apartment. You feel me? In North Philly. You hear me? So I already knew it was over. Like I already knew this shit all fucked up. You feel me? And that's I started to make real bad decisions after that. Like I started smoking weed and stuff, and I was telling myself that I could do it because it was something I always wanted to do. But in all reality, I was using it as a coping mechanism. Every time I smoked weed, I would just chill. Like, I ain't really overthink stuff. You feel me? But I already knew what was coming ahead. I knew that once this year ended, this fall ended, and we head into the spring, I'm not allowed back here no more. So I was stressing over that because I knew I had nothing else going for me when I go back home. I didn't even know where I was going to live. You feel me? So it was, you know what I mean? There was a lot on my head at that time. And I knew this was all gonna happen. I think that was the worst part, is that I knew this was all gonna happen. Like I knew by me making that decision that this was gonna all go downhill. And I knew that my junior year was a year. Like I knew that was a time for me. Like ain't nobody's gonna beat me out no spot for nothing. It was I done put in too much work. You know what I'm saying? In the weight room, in the classroom, off the field, all that. Like I already done put in too much work. Like it was undeniable. You feel me? So losing all that and going back home to Philly, back in the trenches that I just made it out of, without nowhere to really live. You feel me? Nobody to really like support me or nothing, and knew I had to do everything myself. And knowing that I had to pay for my own classes at CCP, y'all gotta understand, like, college is not cheap. College is expensive. You feel me? Some classes are stat, two stats, a credit, shit like that. I ain't got that kind of money. You hear me? But I know I gotta go there still in order to come back and play football. So what am I doing? I'm working 2, 3 jobs and going to school at night and getting high. You feel me? Like, and the crazy thing was is that my dad wasn't even supportive of me at all. My dad had a whole car and he would never let me use his car. I remember I'm looking for jobs and all the good paying jobs. When you live in Philly, most of the good paying jobs is outside of Philly. And y'all gotta understand I'm still fighting the case. So I got charges pending against me for assault. You feel me? For aggravated assault. You mean? So anytime I go apply for a job, I'm not gonna get them because I got assault charges. You mean? On top of that, I decided to smoke and get high, so I can't pass a drug test either. You feel me? So I'm real fucked up right now. You mean? I remember my dad told me like, yeah, dad, I got this job at this time, so that means I can go to work, come back home, get you back the car. You feel me? You mean? And so that way you can get to work. You mean? And I just catch the train and shit to get to classes at night. My dad told me no. My dad said, how the fuck you making plans on my car? You feel me? You better figure that shit out. That shit crushed me. I ain't gonna lie, cause this is the same nigga who gave me the ultimatum. This the same nigga. You mean that I took his word over anybody else? Cause he my pop. You mean my dad played a real important role in my life growing up? You feel me? And I'm grateful that he was in my life. He really, like, in high school. I lived with my dad all throughout high school. We slept on the floors together. You feel me? In my grandma's crib. I slept on covers in high school. Literally like 2, 3 layers of covers. Like probably like this big. In high school, sleeping on the floor all year. I never had a bed, none of that. You feel me? Because that's all we had. You know what I'm saying? And you mean? So I was with this nigga, you mean, through thick and thin. You heard me? Like when he was getting into this shit, I was there. You heard me? Like my dad was real important. You feel me? So my dad to me was a hero at that time. So him giving me that advice, I felt like I couldn't go against it and I had to do what I had to do. You heard me? And I didn't disagree because I knew I had to do something back to dude. I just knew what was weighing on it. And I felt like that wasn't worth it because I done sacrificed so much. Y'all understand what it's like it mean to have to work and school to pay for everything. I paid for everything in high school, all my prom shit, all that. That's why I went to prom by myself, because I ain't want nobody to know my financial situation. You mean you see everybody at prom popping out, you mean with cars and suits and all that fly shit. I ain't had no money for that. Even though I was still getting the chicks in school and all that, I was a real trench nigga. You feel me? I just knew how to turn it off when I went to school. I never played that role. Like I was tough and none of that. I ain't really care about no shit like that. Cause to be honest, I'm a cool dude. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to try to be tough. I'm here to be cool. Like you want to be friends, let's be friends. You want bed, joke and laugh. You feel me? Have fun at lunch and shit. Play ball and all that. What's up? Like I'm with it. Like I wasn't on none of that extra shit. But if you push my button, I'm definitely gonna go at you for sure. You feel me? So I'm taking care of myself in high school pretty much. My dad didn't even really stay at my grandma's crib. My dad wound up meeting this old girl that he used to be with back in the day, going to go live with her, and it's just me living at my grandma's crib, you feel me, by myself, sleep on the floor, whatever the case may be, you feel me? So to deal with that situation that I took advice from him and for me to feel like he abandoned me when shit really got tough, that shit hurt me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I really don't think he understood the magnitude. I really don't think he understood like how close I truly felt that I was coming closer to my dreams and how much I feel like I couldn't waste no time. So I linked up with some of my old friends. Shout out to them. You feel me? And I asked them if I could come live with them because I knew I would. You mean I knew at this point I would have to work more. You feel me? And I felt like that. If I'm gonna have to work more, you feel me? That fuck it, I'm just gonna do it on my own because I can't stand to see my dad face no more at this time. You feel me? I gotta understand. Like I just can't do it. Like. So I live with my friends. I sleep on their couch and I was paying rent. You feel me? Back down in the trenches. You hear me? And trying to go to school, paying for school, catching SEPTA, catching the speed line to get to work because my job was near the airport, so the only train down there was the speed line. I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning. You mean going to work at 4, getting off that job at 12, going to another job at 1, getting off that job at 6, and then going to classes at night from like my class was 2 hours from like 8 to 10. Then going back home, going to sleep, and doing it all over again every single day. And I'm high as shit every day doing this shit. You feel me? Fried out my mind doing this shit every single day. Cause I just really couldn't handle like, and I ain't really had no way to cope with shit. You feel me? And I really felt like I wasn't gonna make it back to keep it a beam. I was just like, fuck it. Like I'ma just all my homies at that time was in the union. You feel me? So I was just like, fuck it, I'ma just find a way to get myself in the union, be a carpenter or something, you mean, and just start taking care of my family like this. Like football ain't even a discussion for me no more, you feel me? And all those teammates and all those friends I had that was speaking that brotherhood shit, now one of them niggas called me, asked me if I was cool. Now one of them niggas called me, asked me if I was okay. You feel me? The only nigga who ever did was a friend of a friend. His name was Mir. Shout out to Mir. Y'all might know him. I mean, he a funny bull on Instagram and all that. But he was thorough. Like, he called me like, yo, bro, I heard about what happened. I just wanted to check on you. Mind you, me and him never really hung out. We only hung out when we was around other people. But he was the only nigga that called me and checked on me and make sure I was cool. You feel me? I remember that. And shout out to bro. You feel me? Thank you for that, bro. That shit meant a lot. You heard me? So, um, that's just how life was looking for me at that time. Like, my whole perspective on everything I felt like I was a part of was out the window. You feel me? I felt like I said, these guys that I would go to war for on the football field and I would spend time every day with outside of class never even called me to check on me, understand what I was going through. You feel me? So as I'm living with my friends from back home, you know, we was a part of this group, this organization, let's say, because I don't want to throw them under the bus either, because they did a lot of good stuff for the community, you understand? And looking back at it, you know, at that time, I felt like I was coming for a handout when I really ain't. I was away for so long because I lived with my dad in high school, so I wasn't even in the hood no more. But I was away for so long that, you know, I ain't really spent a lot of time with them because I was chasing football. You feel me? So it was odd for me to come back around when I needed something. You feel me? And I felt like that's how that organization might have looked at it at the time. So they needed something in exchange for that. We're not gonna give you nothing if you ain't gonna do nothing for us, right? So what this organization was doing was they was taking the kids from the neighborhood with fucked up stories. You heard? Because a lot of kids in my hood got fucked up stories, crazy shit. You feel me? In middle school, I was in school with girls. Mind you, middle school, I'm 12, 13. I'm in school with girls that's pregnant, that's about to have a baby already. We talk about 12, 13. And at that time, to me, so many girls that's pregnant and shit is normal. Like, I ain't really like thinking nothing of it. It's so normal until I got older. I look back, I said, wow, she was 13 pregnant. Like, wow, like, whoa, like, niggas is 13, 14. As soon as we got out of school, they lighting up a cigarette, drinking, going to clubs and all that. Like, yeah, we was living fast. You heard me? So, um, you know, so that, you know, that's what it was. That's just what I was surrounded by, you know, back home. That's where I'm from. You hear me? So, you know, when I got involved with this organization, reunited, I would say, because I used to spend a lot of time there while I was a kid. But when I got reunited with them, what I started to realize was the dude who was running the whole organization, what he was doing was, since it was a charity, he was taking these kids and he was promoting their stories and using it to bring in donors. So he was getting people who had a lot of money, who was successful, who was ex-NFL players, ex-NBA players, ex-NFL, NBA coaches, NFL coaches, shit like that, like white people with a lot of money. He was getting them, he was bringing them down here and having the kids tell them their story so that way they could donate to the John, right? Like, so that's what he was on. So I remember one day I stayed inside this little home that they had. Cause like, so anyway, I didn't find this out till later because as I'm living with my homies, they like, yo, bro, like, why don't you go pay such and such a visit? Like, go talk to him. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm with it. And as I'm talking to him, he's like, yeah, bro, like, I want you to stay here at this home. Like, we're going to help you out. We're going to help you get back to school. Like, you had a lot going for yourself. Like, just stay here, you know. You don't got to work. You don't need no job. Like, quit your jobs. Like, we'll provide for you food, house, shelter, all that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm with it. Like, I'll do it. So I did it. Y'all got to remember, I'm not working. I'm not doing nothing. And these are the same people who telling me that they gonna take care of me, you feel me? And they gonna help me get back to school and all that. Which they did. They did. At the end of the day, they did. It wasn't smooth. It didn't go like that. So as I'm there, like I'm helping out with them every day. I'm volunteering, whatever they need me to do, like I'm doing it every single day. One day, we inside this home, right, that they had, and they called me and like, yo, K-Sean, come in here. I'm like, what's up? I come in there, it's a dude who used to play in the NFL. I'm not gonna say who is, but he's sitting there with his wife and kids. And they all hyping up like, damn, y'all the same size, y'all played the same position. Like, damn, it's crazy, like da da da. Like, they hyping up the story. And I'm just trying to peep what's going on, right? So then the boy tell me, he said, yeah, man, tell him your story, like how you was homeless, how you ain't had shit, how you was broke. You mean how you was on drugs and all this and all that. Like, tell him your story. I remember I just looked at him like, fuck you mean telling my story? You feel me? Like, it's not no book, nigga. This real life, nigga. Like, fuck is you talking about? That's when I peeped what was going on. Oh shit. You trying to get this nigga to donate money. So you gonna use my story. Cause obviously me and this guy relate. I'm a college athlete playing at a high level just like he did. You feel me? On my way trying to make it to the pros and some shit happened. You hear me? So once I realized that, like I was turned off from the whole vibe. And I remember when we walked out that little talk we had, I remember I told the other boy, I said, yo, my life not no game, bro. Like my life, everything I've been through is not a game. This is not for somebody to promote and profit from. This is my real life. This is not what y'all told me when when I came here. You hear me? And I think I was the only one who peeped it. And when I said that to him, he stopped and he looked at me. He understood where I was coming from. So not the dude who put it all together, but another dude who worked there. I told him that. And he put it all together in his head, like he knew where I was coming from. You feel me? So after that, I was kind of just turned off by a lot of shit that was happening. I was still doing everything they asked me to do, but like I just wasn't really fucking with them the same. I was still going to classes. They paid for me to go to CCP. They paid for all my classes and shit. I walked out of CCP on honor roll. You feel me? I walked out there all A's. You feel me? And I don't think that the head dude thought I was capable of doing it. I thought he thought I was just a hood dude. I don't think he knew I was very educated and I was intelligent. You feel me? And I knew how to progress in the criteria of education. You mean I might not had a lot of knowledge or experience with life because I was never taught that from my own household. But when it came to education, reading, math, writing, you know what I mean? Like I was sharp in all that shit. Like education was nothing for me. I was advanced. I always been advanced since I was a kid. You feel me? So I don't think he thought I would make it all the way through the way I did. So when it came time for me to go back to school, like I'm ready to go. Like I'm like, all right, what's up? So a different dude who was running a household, me and him didn't really get along. Cause he wasn't from where we was from. He was from somewhere else. So you gotta understand that sometimes when people come from other places, they got their own perception on how the people are in the neighborhood. And they assume that's how everybody is. So he addressing me and talking to me like I ain't shit. You hear me? Like I'm just another nigga or I'm just another dope fiend that's recovering. I ain't ever do dope in my life. You feel me? I made a bad decision. I came across this opportunity. I did what I had to do here, and now I'm ready to go. You feel me? But he was just on some shit like he was just like he was the boss, like he was the man. Like I need to bow down to him. Like that's how he used to talk to me and shit. And I just wasn't going for it. So I used to just ignore him. And he used to telling me and shit, trying to get me in trouble, basically trying to tarnish my name and shit. You hear me? Because everybody fucked with me, you feel me? But he was just on some weird shit, you hear me? He was a recovering dope addict himself, you feel me? So I don't really blame you. I don't think he had all the screws. You mean I don't think he had all the screws in his head, you hear me? So when it came time for me to leave, I'm like, yo, like what I'm gonna do? Like what I'm gonna do as far as money, as far as a job, like where I'm gonna live, like what I'm gonna do going back to school. So this nut ass nigga gonna tell me, yeah, man, just write a list out of everything that you need and I'll just give it to the head boy and we'll give it to you. And I'm like, you sure? He like, yeah, like that's what he told me to do. I'm like, you sure, bro? Cause this is gonna be a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like this, you mean like you gotta understand like college not cheap. You feel me? Like I'm gonna need a crib, I'm gonna need a way to get around, I'm gonna need a car. You feel me? I'll find a job. You mean, but I'm gonna need some money for some food in the beginning. Cause remember, I'm not eligible for no meal plan or none of that. Cause I just came back to school, so I'm not eligible for none of that stuff. I got reapply for all that stuff. You feel me? So I really got nothing. And remember, they told me not to work while I was there, so it ain't like I was able to go to work, save up bread, and take care of myself. It wasn't that. So I made the list. I give it to him. He give it to the head boy. They ain't give me. Oh no, I ain't lying. Let me not lie. One of my teammates from school, he knew I was coming back, and and the apartment upstairs was available for rent. So I hurried up and jumped on it. Told them they got me the apartment and all. They gave me security deposit for it and all that, and that was it. There was nothing else that they gave me. And I borrowed my other friend car. Shout out to him, my homie. Shout out to him. He let me use his car, which was crazy because when I look back at it, no nigga gonna let you use that car for a couple days. But he did, like, and he still had to get to work. And nigga was catching the train, letting me use his car. You mean and all that. You mean, so he was thorough, super thorough for that. You feel me? And my apologies, bro, if I took that for granted at the time. I'm sorry. You feel me? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. So, real Shaz, man, I apologize, bro. You mean you was there for me a lot. You feel me? All y'all was. You feel me? Y'all know who y'all are. You feel me? So, I get back to school. You mean? And I remember I just called back like, hey, I just wanted to see, if anything else will come through, you feel me, while I'm up here, that I'm here. Now the head boy of the organization called me on the phone, and this is exactly what he said to me. Mind you, this nigga like a holy dude, you feel me? And that's all I'm gonna really say about it, you mean? Because like I said, they do a lot of good for the community. I just think, you mean, I had my own experience with it, you feel me? So I'm not gonna go ahead and throw somebody under the bus that been helping out a lot of people off of a bad interaction that me and them had, you feel me? It's bigger than me, you hear me? So he told me, but he did say this to me on the phone. He like, fuck, you think we owe you something? He like, what you think? We supposed to give you some or some shit? Like, this is exactly how he talking to me. Like, I'm shocked on the phone. Like, that's a holy nigga talking like this. Like, I'm just shocked. Like, fuck, you think we supposed to give you some or something? Like, we won't owe you shit. Like, that's how he talking to me. Like, greasy, like crazy. I remember just hanging up the phone like, damn, like, all right, like, fuck it. Like, I'm hearing that. Like, I'll go figure it out. You mean? But let me backtrack though. Let me backtrack. It was something else that took place that was very monumental in my return to football. My head coach in college, his name was Paul. I'm gonna just tell you his first. His name was Paul. Then my head coach, we used to run into this nigga at the liquor store. You hear me? So, it was what it was. Like, I ain't never really, you feel me? Like, I ain't never really overly thinking because he a man too. You mean? But little come to find out, that was his last year coaching, and we ain't know that. So he already was on his way out. He ain't really go fuck about what was gonna happen with the team enough. He was on his way out. I remember the only time that my head coach or my position coach ever called me in the summertime or during that time away from school, the summertime, the springtime, and the fall. You feel me? The springtime and the summertime is when I wasn't in school and I was returning that fall. The only time they ever called me was because they heard a rumor that I was transferring. Somebody made up a rumor that I was transferring to a better school. And they was calling me to make sure that I wasn't transferring because they really need me to play next year. And I told him on the phone, bro, do you really think I ain't even thinking about transferring? I basically live in a shelter. I got no money. I'm fucked up right now. You feel me? You know this nigga say he didn't believe me? He said, I don't believe you. He said, I'm gonna need some type of paperwork to see like what you going through. I damn near broke down and cried on the phone. These the same niggas I put in extra work trying to prove myself to get a position to win. Being, having integrity to the point to where when we used to go to hotels, everybody used to steal out the hotel. They used to take the speakers, the pillows, the covers, the condiments. Everybody used to do it all the time. You feel me? I remember I took pillows because I used to like a lot of pillows on my bed. So when I left the hotel, I stacked my duffel bag with pillows. And I remember the head coach called me after one trip and was like, yeah, man, did you take anything from that hotel? I'm like, yeah, I did, sir. I'm like, I took pillows. That's the only thing I took. He said, all right, well, I'm gonna need you to return those pillows. Go to the student center and send those pillows back out. Give me the receipt. I said, all right, cool. Like, I got you. Ain't no problem. I'm gonna own up to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. You my coach. You feel me? When I did that, this nigga made an example out of me in practice the next day. So I already was like, like this with him. You feel me? But I'm like, fuck it. Like I said, I'm accountable. I did it. Fuck it. All right, cool. I take that on the chin. Like, cool, whatever. You feel me? But for him to say that to me, like when I was actually going through stuff, actually really dealing with shit, and he treating it like it don't matter, like he don't believe me, after I was always honest with you and I kept it to be with you about the littlest shit. You heard me? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, what type of nigga are you? You feel me? Like, you crushing me right now, bro. And I'm doing enough. I'm going through all this to work to get back to school to play because I want to play so bad. You understand how much football meant to me? You say that shit to me? Man, I cried on the phone. I gave the phone to the other bull. You mean that he helped run the organization too, and he told him on the phone like, no, like this real, like he really here living with us, like yeah, he really going through this, like this not a joke, like yeah, like this really was happening with him. You feel me? So I'm already turned off by that. You hear me? So as I come back to school, I had to get surgery too. I forgot, yo. While I was living at this home, my shoulder was popping out of place. Mind you, I'm sleeping in there with all men. You hear me? Like we in bump beds, all men, all recovering dope addicts, all like we all sharing this one big hall, like this one big room with bed stacked. You feel me? I'm sleeping on bed. I'm sleeping. My arm locked. Boom! My arm locked out of place. I could not get it back in. I was stuck there in the bed. Y'all don't understand how vulnerable, how scared I felt that somebody could take advantage of me right now. There's nothing I could do about it. You understand? That you can understand that some of these people that's coming here are still high on drugs, and people do crazy stuff when they all drugs. And I'm vulnerable as shit. I was crying while I was there. Like the paramedics had to come in there and pick me up off the bed, put me in a fucking stretcher like that off the bed, carry me in an ambulance to take me to the hospital. I went to emergency surgery because my labrum was so torn that it wouldn't go back into place. You understand? So I fucked up the whole summer like this. My shit all fucked up the whole time. You understand? You understand? Like, you mean? So when I go back to school and then I get that call from the dude who run the organization, like my mom was off football already. I was off this shit. I was off this shit. I was like, I'm gonna just focus on school. And that was honestly the best 2 years I had at school. I was on Dean's List. Like I said, I never struggled with education. I always been intelligent. But that was the best 2 years I had there, you feel me? But, you know, like my mind was off of football. Like I already knew my heart left. And when you play football, you all gotta be into that. If your heart not in there, if you're not ready to kill and go to war for the organization that you with, it's not gonna be the same. You hear me? So I was off it. You mean? So that's what it was, man. That's you mean that's gonna conclude the story, man. You mean if y'all fuck with this story, man, drop a comment, drop a like. I really appreciate if y'all share this shit. For real. Like I really would appreciate that, man. Like I said, like I ain't really here to be on the entertainment shit with y'all. Like I'm just here to express myself with y'all, relate with y'all, be here with y'all, and really me talk about life and real shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no tink in my arm. You hear me? I ain't perfect, but I know who I am as a man. You feel me? And I ain't afraid no more to share my vulnerabilities with y'all because I understand that, like I said, I'm not the only one who went through shit. And there's people I heard probably worse stories than me. You hear me? And I just look to inspire, you feel me, and motivate those people to continue to work past things and continue to become better. Because that's only gonna be a season in your life if you as long as you allow it to be. Don't allow it to become the rest of your life. Allow it to just be a season that you learn from and able to look back at, you mean, and grow from. You hear me? So thank y'all, man. Y'all know it is, man. My name is K Sean. You hear me? And make sure you like, comment, subscribe in this video. And I got y'all, man. Holla at y'all.